Hadien ke Jingbom yo jubab ke babiang na Vice Chancellor UPS Sukla la katu kan isngi halo ke jingdawa jing nohi kai ba ikhna pule ke skul ba Nehu. Kumta ka Joint Action Committee jong Nehu ke la mi shkmat menlei banikan bat u. Kate ke jingle kendu long manta kasni khandru tri nai wing aja fulai hapo ka shatri jong JSC ba kan thop ya kan hu Nehu ta Nehu su ba Nehun sa kibra sedang ke Jingiakhih la ka basange trekam nadu khalai trik menta ubnai hadu menta kasni kumshi benta man pen I ya ka jing persya ya ka jing sam menti ke jung u ya ki mat jing dawa ki ba kan thop ban dawa weng kam no madro technical officer ka te school ba bat kiwe ki jing dawa Hadien balde banikan ba Vice Chancellor nakaliang chairman ke JSC ba lakhon kama habakan begilat pathai khobor lai thu bakani ke jing kendu ba Vice Chancellor ka long besaiso bat kila shimi ka rai ban Sangeh Shipor ke Jingiakhih bat kumta I kelas jong gi khna kin sedang biang kino hikai ru kin sedang ban hikai biang bat ginong trai ru kin wan trai biang nadu lasai ka sngi kumba julang.
I mean, I cannot say sorry because meeting went on, it just got over. But so we have to really, we had a discussion. So, we'll come one by one. But I think this discussion has been fruitful. It was long pending because we wanted a solution to all our pending or charter of demands. Happy to say that I think this meeting has been successful. And why I say so? Probably. Now, without going into the detail, I'll come to the first point, which was the removal of this person whom we have. I'm tired of taking his name now, so let's not take his name. Since that person is out for last more than 15 days, his service is not required in Nehu anymore, and VC will initiate necessary action to end the process and put a full stop. That is one. Now, coming to the immediate appointment of the statutory officers in there, already between 20th to 25th is the date, 22nd November is the date that VC has, which of course came in the press. He said the appointments of these will be done, which means the selection committee is going to sit on these days, which is also okay because that was also our immediate demand. The third, of course, the condition of our university health center. He apprised us that all necessary steps has been taken to procure the medicines through the normal road, and then the appointment of these technicians who have to conduct this test because we don't have people there will be initiated immediately, and if necessary even on contractual basis, so that our routine blood sugar and uric acid and other lab tests can be done. So that is positive. Coming to the relieving of technical and teaching and technical staff from ministerial duty, I think we have made it very clear that academic is the priority, and he agreed. I mean, what is nice is he agreed that academic is the priority. So if anybody feels that there is it's hampering your job of teaching by being here, you can very humbly write to the Vice Chancellor. You will be relieved without any issue, because like I said, we can't force our member because you are appointed as a teacher. If you think you are capable of doing teaching job as well as running administration here, with one salary, if you can do two jobs, I think God bless them. I mean, that is how I would look at it. But it was very clear that nobody will be forced to do this duty. And very soon we are told that the advertisement for AR and DR is also going. So naturally, the moment you have AR, DR appointed, naturally their service anyway will not be required. But there is no compulsion whatsoever for them to continue hampering their academic activity, which means you are free to move out, concentrate on your teaching, research, whatever you want, if you feel that being in the administrative building is hampering your day-to-day work. Coming to the upload of the Nehu Act, Statutes and Ordinance, we are told that it has been shifted from a normal position to someone else. But it is there. It's there, and some update is going on, which is perfectly okay, because some ordinances are redundant, we all know. But the Nehu Act statutes are permanent, so there are no change there. But it is available, and we confirm it's inside. The holding of regular convocation has also been addressed very seriously, and we have impressed upon that there should be a calendar. It should be a gala event for the university, like we used to have earlier. For this time, indeed, he is waiting for the President of India's approval, which is neither received as except neither the consent was given nor the rejection was given. So naturally, when you have written to the President of India, you have to wait for the response from the Office of the President of India. So pending that acceptance or rejection or the consent from the Visitor's Office, that this year's convocation will depend on that. But we made it a point that from next time, because this, according to, of course, it also makes sense. This is the 50th year of our foundation. So he said that we wanted the President of India, which is perfectly okay for this year. But we said it should not be for all times to come, because if we can get some Nobel laureates, some really great academicians, or even governor, we should not postpone our convocation. It should be a calendar, and I think that has been agreed upon. Coming to the holding of the marking system, I think there is a committee. You know that initially I was the chairman, but then there is a conflict of interest, and I wrote back to the registrar copy to BC that I cannot be chairman of that committee because we are heading this JAG. So I cannot be chairman of JAG and also committee of chairman of that committee who is going to find solution. So we said that then it is left to the students to suggest a name of a chairman who will chair that committee, and that committee's report, of course, will be put to Academic Council, and then Academic Council will approve it at due course of time. Coming to the inclusion of elected members Nehu in Academic Council, I think this, of course, we all know those who are in Academic Council and those who are not, that this has to, it will require the ordinance, tweaking of ordinance a little bit on Academic Council composition, because so far we have 2 students by merit. This, he in principle has agreed that it will be representation from the elected office bearers of Nehu, let's say president and secretary. So instead of going by merit of a student who doesn't know what association is taking up the issue, association representation will be there. So that will require, but for this time, what they have done is, they have said that BC had agreed that they will be invited in the coming normal Academic Council. The students will be invited, which is of course as his prerogative, so that the issues can be taken up, but necessary change will be made. Coming to the review of the educational backward area quota from block level to village level, I think this issue, of course, we had a discussion, but we also know that there are more discussions is required. So a committee is being formed who will look into this matter, come up with suggestion, put it to Academic Council, and naturally it will be the wisdom of Academic Council to deliberate and approve whatever formula best suits the student community who really needs this help. And we all know that the backward area representation is ideally for those places where literacy rate is really low in some village or some block. But of late we all know that it has been misused in a multiple of ways. So to avoid any misuse of this, so that the benefit goes to those that deserve it, I think that committee will look into it and bring it to the Academic Council for approval. So overall, of course, as you can see that so and he also promised us that the Academic Council will be held, because last week of November seems to be a little tight. So first week of December, where most of this issue, most likely particularly the issue related to students, will be taken up there, including inviting them as special invitee in this Academic Council, so that things are on the track. Beyond this, I think when you look at this, basically the first one was the most contentious issue. Rest of them actually are very, you can say a routine matter that could have been easily addressed if somebody took a proactive step. Having said that, I think we are very happy to inform all our members, esteemed members. Sorry, you have been waiting here for quite some time, but it's really no fault, because when you are arguing on an issue which has totally 2 different views, naturally I think it requires some kind of argument to be made. And then I'm happy to say that all members have pitched in at the right time to come to this decision, which is in the interest of the university. It is in the interest of the students, teachers, non-teaching staff, and I think for the entire state of Meghalaya. Now with this outcome, of course, we also have to announce that for now, we are going to suspend the agitation. We are putting it under suspended animation. From tomorrow, all classes will go on normally. Office also will perform normally. We have not called off, mind you. Let me repeat. We have not called off. We have just suspended it, because the appropriate decision will be taken when JAG sits again among ourselves, and in our EC, we will decide the future course of action. For now, in order to help the administration carry on with their routine work, because files are piling up for students, exams and tests and assignment has to be completed. We have to complete our course. Exam is going to start, let's say, from 1st of December. So from tomorrow, normal classes will be held, which is in the interest of the student, in the interest of the teachers, and I think the university as a whole. So let us announce from here, I think with the permission of co-chairman from representing Nehu and of course Nehuta, let us announce that we have called off the agitation for the time being. Sorry, we have suspended the agitation for the time being, and we will see how these things, get resolved in times to come. Because then we will be watchful, like you all know. We'll be very, very watchful.
Mr. President,
Yeah,
sir,
yeah.
I would see one